Hello, everyone. Welcome again from Singapore. Okay, it's round number one of this Professor Lim Cook on Invitational Tournament here in the Grand Copthorne Waterfront Hotel. And one of the highlights of the first round was Tin Jingyao's win over Adhiban. Tin Jingyao is the newest Grandmaster from Singapore. Tin Jingyao actually was a former student of our international master from the Philippines, Luis Chong. When Jingyao was still a young boy, he was under Luis. And now Jingyao is a full-fledged GM after getting his final norm in Vietnam just last month after the SEA Games. Okay, he actually got two norms in Vietnam. One in the SEA Games in Classical and another one in the Invitational in a closed tournament in Vietnam. So it was a happy hunting ground for Jingyao in Vietnam. And this time he proved his worth by beating the Beast, Grandmaster Adhiban, the top seed here from India. Let's check it out. Jingyao went for d4, e6, e4. Okay, b6. We have the Queen's Indian. Bishop b7, a3. Okay, stopping this idea of bishop b4. So you could play knight c3 without problems, without a pin. Knight f6, knight c3. Knight e4, bishop b2. Jingyao gives up that dark square bishop to have that control of the important e4 square. g6, okay. Knowing Adhiban, he would try to surprise his opponent. Okay. He played g6, not so normal. Here, Jingyao went for d5. It was also interesting here to go for h4. Yeah, h4 first. When the opponent plays g6, why not h4? Well, anyways, went for d5. Take control of the middle. Bishop d7, g3, a5, because the knight cannot go c6, tries to go for a6 and try to go knight c5 here. Bishop g2, knight a6, knight on the rim, he's dim. Rook d1, castles, castles. Takes, rook e8, knight e4. Again, the knight cannot jump to c5, e4 here because of this knight and bishop on g2. So if he jumps to c5, then white can just simply play b4. And even went for h5, h4. It's stopping the threat also. d6, e3, right? Solidifying the middle, protecting the knight. Knight c5 finally, b4. Adhiban reroutes his knight to d7 and try to go for e5. But this c7 pawn is going to be a target for white. With this knight and this knight, yeah? And rook on c1, started with rook c1. Backward pawn on c7, strong pawn on d5. White has so much space. Takes. Knight e5, knight c b5. Look at c7 now. Adhiban had to be passive, and this is not Adhiban's character. He doesn't want to play like this game where he's defending. His character is more of the attacking player. And seeing him playing rook e7 is a red flag. Rook c2, bishop a6, rook f c1. Rook, and knight pressure on c7. Takes, reinforcement. Adhiban had to play rook c8. Again, completely out of character. We need two. And that only shows that this boy, Tin Jingyao, this young kid, is a true GM. Yeah, is worthy of his title. Rook to d7, f4. He could actually play bishop h3 here with just curtains. Yeah, if Adhiban plays f5, e4, how do you stop? Takes on f5, spin on the rook. And if you take on f5, just queen takes h5. This should be over in a little while. But he wanted to take that knight, yeah, because he knows that this is a strong knight against a bad bishop. Okay, takes, king f2. The bishop has no targets, actually. Okay, it's an open diagonal, but nothing else. Rook a8, He doesn't want to be passive all the time, so he just gave up the pawn. That pawn, who takes b4 here. White to play and win, and the young kid is just tactically gifted with 96. No fear. What a move. That was a winning move. Takes. Threat, rook c8, rook c7. King is safe. Adhiban went for rook d8. Nice move, rook c8. Rook b2, king f1, king f3 was also possible. But king f1, king h8. Okay, if Adhiban captures the pawn on d5, again, this rook goes to c7. You cannot check, right? The queen here. Oops. Nice one. Nice coordination of the pieces here. Threatening mate, threatening queen, threatening d8. A lot of threats. If you take the rook, you don't take the queen, of course. Okay, because if you take the queen here, if you take c8, take the queen, that'll be tricky. Rook c1 mate, yeah. You take the rook, just take the rook here. There's a pin, so forcing queen f8, queen e6 first, king h8. Okay, and take the queen, take, and then this queen take d5. Yeah, take all the pawns. Adhiban went for king h8. Actually, what a move. Intermediate check. And then king g7, rook takes d8. Oops. So many pawns. The king cannot take. There's e7. What to do? e5. Rook f8 check, and Adhiban resigned. Just too much pawns. King e7, rook f7, king e8. Okay, f6. Curtains, yeah. If you play b4, rook to b7, threatening mate, and how do you stop the pawns from promoting? Pretty strong game, but the newest grandmaster, the young grandmaster from Singapore, he's actually now the third grandmaster after Wong Meng Kong and Go Wei Min. So Singapore now has 3 GMs, and also they have this up and coming Siddharth Jagadish, who is also a new IM. Well, it's a good sign for SG. And hope we'll have more of this invitational tournaments in the Southeast Asian region. That will also help not only the Singaporean players, but also the players from Philippines, from Malaysia, from Vietnam, from Myanmar, Thailand, and others. So that was it. The Jingyao beating the Beast in round number 1 of the Professor Lim Cook An Invitational Tournament in SG. Thank you guys for watching. Thank you for supporting our channel, Charles Max Chess and Charles Max Entertainment on Facebook and YouTube. This is Coach Oliver. Stay safe, everyone. Bye-bye.